signing it. I don't know why. They're not signing it. But they need to do that because
many of them
when
say,
people know,
they don't want
when
blood
people know
on
that they
their
can
hands.
get away with something,
oh yeah,
they will do
But
it.
you can send thugs to go and kill people.
Crime should have
Maybe
consequences.
they killed somebody in Osun the other day.
yes, yeah.
Is it not politicians that send them to go and kill them? You can send people to kill your political opponents, but you cannot sign death warrant. It's the height of hypocrisy.
It is. It is. Well, I know that Evans, the story of Evans would split opinion. It's natural.
It's not our business whether it's business.
Let the debate continue.
It should not be free.
Mine is simple. If you commit an offense,
you pay for it.
Pay for it, because that's what the law says.
Yes.
All right.
Bam.
Let's go to our next story. In a bizarre twist of circumstance, Bauchi State has come face to face with witchcraft. I'm sure you heard that. A perceived facility to summon evil spirits and demons to do harm to others. The chief judge of Bauchi State, Justice Rabi Umar, has expressed concern and alarm over rising cases bordering on witchcraft. She has cautioned judicial officers in the state against such cases, describing them as difficult to prove and often lacking concrete evidence. As far as Justice Rabi Umar is concerned, it takes a witch to know one, BKO.
You know, according to her, unless someone confesses willingly to witchcraft, it's difficult for you to prove that someone is a witch. It's difficult. And I also think that in the modern age, I also think that in the modern age, witchcraft is gradually receding into memory. Some of the things that they used to do, we really don't hear of those things these days. You know, people sleeping, witches coming to press the person down, sit on his head. You know, all of those things that they did to our fathers and forefathers generally. Those things are not common anymore. You know, so it's gradually receding. A time will come when you will not hear of witchcraft anymore. But criminalizing it, taking people to court on account of that, is problematic. That is the point that this judge is making. How do you prove it? And if somebody is convicted on account of it, it may damage the credibility of the judiciary, because it will then mean that you convicted someone wrongly. Okay. Because there is no empirical evidence that you can hold on to that someone is a witch. Bewitching you. That someone is a witch, has done kill people here, kill people. You cannot prove. It's not scientific in nature. So if somebody steps forward and says he's a witch or she's a witch, then you can take it from there. Even that. How do you then, what kind of charges are you going to, how do you file a charge against that person? What are you going to be talking about? And you go to court, what are you going to be arguing about? We have far more important issues to deal with in our country than to be taking people before our busy law courts to discuss how you can convict people for witchcraft. I believe that our courts wouldn't be saddled with that.
Mayor, you remember there had been this talk about bewitching and so on. And a friend said, do you know that Oyibo man that makes me to talk to you, you are in London, I speak to you.
It's also witchcraft. Of course, that's witchcraft.
So why can't Africa practice that?
Our problem, you see, our problem has to do with ignorance.
And poverty of the intellect. I
agree that there are esoteric forces, but the concept of witchcraft is nonsense. And it's because of ignorance. A lot of people have been traumatized and victimized because somebody will just wake up and say this person is a witch. And people will start beating the person.
Oh yeah.
And they will and you will see a young child. They will say, oh, the child is a witch, or the child is an Ogbanje.
You remember my state, Akwa Ibom, and
yes,
Cross River, very notorious.
Oh, that the child is an Ogbanje, or the child is a witch. It's just ignorance. Because let us not forget that proud to people like Mary Slessor. Everybody felt multiple parts. It's witchcraft.
All
They
right,
said that if you have a twins,
gentlemen, there's a Felix reaching us from Umuahia in Abia State. So, Felix, are you there? Welcome.
Hello?
Yeah, I greet you. Welcome.
Hello?
Go on. We can hear you.
oh shit.
If we activate your line, just know you are on air. You know,
when we
go
were
ahead.
back in the olden days, there was witchcraft. I can testify to the fact that there was witchcraft.
Una people get.
Just as your own people get to. There was witchcraft. There was witchcraft. A man will be sleeping at night. He will see the image of someone that looks like his mom. But it's actually the enemy of his mother that has put on that image of his mom. And that person will be tormenting him, sit on his face. And they will be hearing all kinds of sounds and all that. So there was traditional remedy for it in those days.
Okay.
After a while, that person stops coming because the person who is not allowed to sleep, who is tormented, will start losing weight. You feel the impact of the torment that is going through in the hands of witches.
And science cannot explain that.
Yes. Just people do juju now. You see juju working. The white man cannot come and explain why that juju is working. We are Africans. But I'm saying that as we go on, a lot of those things are fading away.
Oh yeah,
and those babas who are doing juju to hurt people, many of them did not even pass it on to their children.
Thankfully.
Because they look at today's children as very dangerous.
Oh yes.
People putting magun or what is called thunderbolt on their girlfriends.
That's juju, not witchcraft.
No, it's part of it. It's part of it. It's part of African traditional.
Of course, that's why I said I will agree that.
No, I don't just want you to say that witchcraft is nonsense as if it does not exist.
No, I'm not saying. No, what I'm saying.
So because elderly people have been victim of it will be looking at us. What are we saying?
I'm not saying that there's no juju or there's no spiritual forces. That's why when I started, I said I agree that there are esoteric forces.
People have this thing?
They have to, because what is the word witchcraft is not our invention now.
Like this TV where we did. Now juju.
No, even they have what they call witches then. If you remember in Macbeth, they always had that. They always had that. What I'm saying is that I'm not saying that there's no spiritual forces. No. What I'm saying is that a lot of people have been accused wrongly because sometimes when they cannot explain certain things,
and they
attribute it to witchcraft. That's what I said before. They used to kill somebody.
They stone people to death now.
Yes.
And the law cannot take on it from
So we should not even now take it to a ridiculous extent where you want to take people like that to court.
You not charge people to court for witchcraft.
How do
you prove it? That's the thing. That's the point that she's making.
No, it takes a witch to know one.
The woman is not saying that there is no witchcraft.
No,
she cannot say
she's
that.
not saying that.
Yeah.
But she's saying you cannot prove it.
Prove it, yeah.
You can't prove it. And if you cannot prove it, how do you then convict someone over what you've not successfully proved? So I think that's the point she's making. That and to preserve the image of the judiciary, let's not go into these cases. And she's saying, don't entertain such cases because you won't be able to prove it. That is
It's like going around in circles.
Yeah, but she cannot say there is no witchcraft. If she says that, those older than her will come and prove to her that indeed there is witchcraft. There is.
No, we're not saying there is witchcraft. But what I'm saying is that a lot of people have used that to as a tag to oppress so many innocent people.
Well, dear viewer, our business is to give context and clarity to any story that comes before us. All right, then, let's go to our next story. You know, the immediate past